Hey, how are you doing today? Uh, I'm, well, I'm having a bit of a difficult day, thanks for asking. But that doesn't matter, let's talk about you. Oh, you're tired? Well, that's okay, because at least then I get to tell you a bedtime story. Would you like to hear that? Awesome. Okay. Which book would you like to hear? The one called The World is... What's that say? The world is... Oh, stupid? Huh? Why would anybody name it The World is Stupid? Alright, do you want me to read to you The World is Stupid? Or this other book called Sugar Plum Fairies? You know what? I'll just read you the Sugar Plum Fairies one. I like that one better. Alright. Once upon a time, in a land not so far from you, there were these beautiful creatures called sugar plums. They would love to dance in people's heads. They had a lot of parties with lots of cake, ice cream, punch, and delicious things to eat. Life was amazing when you were a sugar plum. One day, though, something shook the sugar plum's hometown. It was the sugar plum fairies. They had flown in, fluttering about, when suddenly they stopped in front of the shortest sugar plum. Little Timmy Sugar Plum was scared. He had never seen a sugar plum fairy before. Were they mean? Were they nice? Did they have plans for world destruction and domination? He didn't know. Then, the sugar plum fairy said, "Hello, my name is Mercedes."
Mercedes?
Asked Timmy.
Well, my name is Timothy, but my friends call me Timmy.
And, Mercedes' last name was Benz, FYI. And no, that's not how the car was named. At least, I don't think. Oh my god, what if that was how the car was named? Anyways, back to the story. So, Mercedes came down far, far away from the land up above with only one request. The sugar plums would dance with the sugar plum fairies. Now, the sugar plums loved to dance. Dancing was like almost all of what they did. They danced and they danced and they danced. They were always throwing huge, completely epic parties with amazing music, good food and drinks, and tons of dancing. So, the dancing wasn't going to be anything difficult. But being with the sugar plum fairies, however, that was a whole other story.
No way are we ever gonna dance with you,
Little Timmy said, and the sugar plum fairy got really upset, cried, and flew away. Little Timmy didn't feel anything at first, and he went back to his normal, typical, everyday life. Until he felt something. He didn't feel it for a few days, In fact, he didn't feel it until 2 weeks later, at the next party. That was when his stomach felt queasy. His hands were shaking a little, and he didn't feel very good. His stomach was hurting a little too. He felt like he was bad, like he did something bad. That was when he remembered the sugar plum fairy that he rejected. Little Timmy was the littlest one, but he wasn't the youngest. In fact, he was the 5th oldest in the entire town. Size really doesn't play a part in age. But he knew what he had to do. He pulled out his phone and he called the Queen of the Sugar Plum Fairies and called all of the Sugar Plum Fairies over to the dance. The Sugar Plums were very, very angry and upset with Timmy, but then they realized that they weren't so different after all. And they all had a heck of a time dancing and even had a dance-off between the two of them. Sugar Plums versus Sugar Plum Fairies. And now, that is why you often hear about both Sugar Plums and Sugar Plum Fairies, because they are both cute, sweet, beautiful, and unique in their very own ways. The end. Wow, that was an amazing story, honestly. I would love to read another story to you some. You're asleep already? Good night.